Hello, this is a presentation about the state of U.S. infrastructure. The bottom line is our infrastructure is in poor conditions, and yet every day millions of Americans drive across highways and bridges. They are driving across structurally deficient bridges and they don't even know it. Let's take a look at some basic facts. Did you know that the degradation of the upper decks of bridges is a widespread problem across the United States? Did you know that Pennsylvania spends $300 million on bridge repairs a year? And did you know that the American Society of Civil Engineers created a report card for American infrastructure in 2013 and roads were graded a D? Before we get too into things, let's look at what exactly infrastructure is. According to the Oxford Dictionary, infrastructure is the basic physical and organizational structures and facilities, like buildings, roads, and power supplies, needed for the operation of a society or enterprise. This presentation will be looking at roads and bridges, which are the backbone of American transportation. According to tripnet.org, a national transportation research group, Americans travel more than 2 trillion miles annually. Obviously, our roads and bridges are very important to us, and we should make sure that they are safe to travel on. Now that we know what infrastructure is, why is it such a big deal? To be frank, it's because our infrastructure is not in good shape. Like I said earlier, the American Society of Civil Engineers gave our roads a D on the 2013 report card. The Highway Trust Fund, which is the account that provides money for repairing our highways, cannot support the current spending rate of $165 billion to build, operate, and maintain highways, plus an additional $65 billion on mass transit systems. Also, every day people cross over structurally deficient bridges. Specifically, nearly 204 million daily crossings occur on structurally deficient bridges, according to the American Road and Transportation Builders Association. Speaking of bridges, let's take a closer look. The state of Pennsylvania ranks second based on percentage and number of structurally deficient bridges. In total, the U.S. has 58,495 structurally deficient bridges, which is approximately 9.6% of total bridges. While this might not seem like a large number, it's actually quite substantial, especially considering the amount of daily crossings over these deficient bridges. Also, each state has a varying system of capturing and storing data about bridges, which means that states constitute deficient in different ways, and they could potentially miss some data that would categorize a bridge as deficient or move it up on the priority list for repairs. The picture on this slide is of the Tappan Zee Bridge in New York, which is known for being very congested and dangerous to drive on. Currently, it is being replaced, but it took many years for action to be taken. The bridge was built in 1955, and since then, it has taken on more and more traffic to where it's over the capacity it was originally built for. This has caused the bridge to have twice the average accident rate per mile than the rest of the thruway system. If we take a closer look at highways, we see that much like bridges, State Department of Transportation use different data collection systems to inspect highways. As I said earlier, this causes discrepancies and variances in what is considered a poor highway, what's considered good, and what's considered fair. And the highways are supposed to be a national system. These variances could have a very large effect on the safety of our highway system. Also, like I said earlier, the Highway Trust Fund is running out of money. It was projected by the Federal Highway Administration that the Highway Trust Fund would fall below safe levels in December of 2015, meaning that there would be less money than is safe for the operating levels of repair. And also, 18% of major U.S. roads are in poor condition. When you think about how often we use our highways and our roads, both as civilians and for businesses, this becomes a very scary number. So in the end, why does this matter? An informed citizen is a more active citizen. The more you know about your infrastructure, the more you can do to help people become more aware of it and hopefully help spark a change so more of our infrastructure gets repaired and becomes safe to travel on. It's important to know the state of our infrastructure as well because it is the backbone of our country. We use it very frequently. Every single day we use our infrastructure. We rely on it, we depend on it, so it should be in a good condition. So what can you do about it? You can talk to your state representative to get the ball rolling on making changes. Thank you so much for listening today to this presentation. Here are the sources that I used for this presentation. I hope you enjoyed this and at least learned a little bit about the state of infrastructure in the United States.